Hi, I'm Clifton Warren, and welcome to the Top Producer Podcast Series. Today, our topic is practice. Practice makes perfect. I have a coffee machine at home, the type that takes the little pods you buy at the supermarket and blends it with hot water to make espressos. I also have a milk frother that can allow you to convert your espresso into a latte or cappuccino or just a normal cup of coffee. Often I have guests come over and I like to be able to make them a good cup of coffee. So I practice. I practice on myself. Now, I'm a decaf coffee drinker. I'm not even a serious coffee drinker. I drink decaf. But I practice how to putting the pods in, getting the right temperature. I practice getting the right amount of foam from the milk. And now I can make a consistent cup of coffee for anyone who wants one. What's this have to do with today's topic of sales? Everything. See, enough professionals are not practicing the core fundamentals, and they're winging it, and in the process, losing business. So there are 7 areas that need to be practiced on a continual basis so you're in the moment, you're able to deliver. Number 1 is asking for referrals. I've watched professionals leave money on the table because they don't know how to ask for referrals. They don't know what to say. Practice this at home in the office. Write it out, your language, until you're ready to deliver and it rolls out smoothly and professionally. Number 2, your presentation. Don't wing this in front of a client. Practice this with a colleague until you're able to get your illustrations, your visuals, everything you want right, and it flows smoothly for you. Number 3, your close. A lot of sales are lost because the person fumbled it at the end. With your close, work out in advance what you want to have happen. Practice it. Get clear on what the next action, the next logical step should be. It's not always about them writing you out a check or giving you money, and particularly on corporate sales. So work out what that next step should be. Number 4, your service model. You should be able to clearly explain how you'll work with the client once they become, once the prospect becomes a client. How will you work with them? How will you deliver on your promises, exceed their expectations? You should be able to draw this out for a client, talk them through it, educate them. And more importantly, why this makes you different, what's unique about you and your firm. Number 5, your approach. How do you approach a prospective client? By phone, email, or networking? What will you say? Email, what will you write? You can have templates for this. And for the telephone, you can have little scripts, but practice these. And of course, when you're networking, how are you going to approach a prospective client when they ask you what you do? All this can be practiced before you get to the event. Number 7, follow up. Many times, prospects are not followed up because the professional doesn't know what to say to chase up a client or to see if they're still interested. Word these out. Write them out. And finally, objections. If you've been in sales for more than a few months, you have heard every possible objection there is, which are questions that a prospect has. Write these out, rehearse them, practice them, so that you'll be able to respond to clients' genuine inquiries and close the sale. The way you practice these is that you want to develop what I call a swipe file. And that's where you have your language and you have it there, particularly for emails, for objections. And you can practice these. You can keep them on your phone, your tablet, on your computer. You can print them out. Look at them before you actually go into a sales meeting. But you want to get the stuff memorized, internalized, so that in the moment you're able to deliver and provide value to your prospects. The great John Savage says, "The road to excellence is always under construction." Practice makes perfect. You need to practice so you can perform in the moment. I'm Clifton Warren. Thanks for listening.